Just a quick question. Where do you have the backing track coming out of your speakers or the headphones?
Oh, I have it coming out of my headphones.
Hey yo, sorry, there's a plane, man.
Oh, sorry.
Loud as plane. Okay.
No problem.
Uh, did you say headphones?
Yeah, I've got it coming out of my headphones.
Okay. Do you think you could also have it come out of the speakers too?
Sure, I think so.
Yeah.
Let me try it on my other computer here.
Now there's a sneaky way to do virtual audio cables with that, by the way, but you know.
Yeah, I do kind of want to get that set up.
Yeah.
I'm looking
And
on.
oh, and by the way, I added in your account down here. There should be a little intro series that might actually. I'm not sure if you see it though. Just tell me if you do because this will tell you how to set up the virtual audio cables here. You kind of take a peek at that and see how I've got it set
Oh,
up.
I see that. I
Yeah.
will. I'll look at that
Nice.
because I've been looking at how to get that set up as well.
Awesome. That'll be really cool.
So I can record my own stuff too.
Yeah, yeah. And it'll sound really good when it comes through the Zoom.
I don't know if you can hear that.
It's okay if you could put it just like a tiny bit louder, I guess.
Yeah. Let me actually move one of my speakers out here.
Yeah, that's nice.
Okay, so that's your recording there. Cool.
And
All
let's
right, so
compare it
let's
to your
start.
guitar here.
Yeah, we'll start
Guitar
here.
might be a little bit loud. Let's see if we can turn the guitar down just like a tiny little bit. And I think that's good right there.
Is that all right?
Perfect.
Okay, cool. All right. All right.
Just so you know, these two swap. So this one is 5 and 7. There's a sort of this is the index ring, and this one is also index ring, but this one's 7 and 8. You see?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then on the
All
next
right.
one, when we move up, it's going to be the one that's closer together.
Yep.
Nice, you got it.
Okay, cool. Let me just start clicking this in.
You
Okay,
almost
let
had
me
that.
start back over again.
You're going to want to go back to the line number 2. So it goes line 1, 2, 3, 2. So you kind of just come backwards through that, and then
Oh,
and then
one,
it
two,
restarts.
three, two.
Right.
Okay, cool. Let me
Doing good, man.
just trying to find where it starts on the third line again here. I may just have to start over. Let's just start over.
All good.
Right.
It's just basically the same thing anyway, so it's not a big deal here.
Oops. All right.
Doing better, man. Sometimes, it's just the strength here that's just gotta sort of build and hold it, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. I definitely feel that pinch with my thumb on the back. Like that strength just isn't there quite
Yeah.
yet. But
And keep in mind that when you're sort of done with one of these pairs, there's a little bit of moment where you can pause, try to relax as much as you can, and then so you
okay.
can start the next line with that.
All right. Well, I think I got the right frets there.
Yeah, man, that sounds good. Let's see what score we get here.
All right. Let me start it from the beginning one more time here.
So that was pretty good, man. Now we have to ask ourselves an important question sometimes when we play, and that is, what are you allowed to miss? Because there's
Yeah.
some things in this that, remember, we were saying this note right here and this note right here are actually perfectly okay to miss, because these notes,
Yeah.
like, they're kind of in a really rough spot, but then we also have to sort of take a look at like what the other stuff looks like, and why it's kind of not really reasonable to be making mistakes on these notes here. Because this note should be really easy to fret, and this note should also be really easy to fret. And then in all three situations, it's the same fingering. So
Yeah.
these notes should not have any mistakes, and this one should not either. The only ones that really should are going to be this one here, these ones right here, and these are the only notes that should have, you know, a weird sound. Do you know what I mean? And do you know why?
No, not really. I mean, I guess I kind of understand, but I also, I don't know. I feel like that whole first line. I mean, I feel like I can do that.
Exactly. The whole first line you can, right? In fact, the first line really shouldn't have any mistakes either, right? This is all very easy to fret.
Yeah.
Okay? The only hard note, the only hard thing to fret is this thing. That's the one that kind of has that bar, and then you kind of have to wrap your finger around, right?
Yeah.
But guess what happens as soon as you start playing the other notes over here? All of a sudden now the note that was hard to play is being covered up by the notes that are easier to play. These notes here just...
Exactly.
So that's why this note is okay to miss, but the other notes here, and these ones here, these two notes are really easy too. It's the outer notes. You know, it's the outer notes versus the inner notes. Let me kind of maybe put that. Because the outer notes shouldn't be missed, but the inner notes can. Outer notes should not be missed. The inner notes are okay to miss. That makes sense, right? I mean, maybe it doesn't, but...
No, it totally makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
because, you're putting that bar on that.
Exactly.
So, like that high E string, like when you're curving that middle finger.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's going to be a technique thing, but
Yeah.
I definitely I feel the pad of my finger touching that low string, so I'm trying to correct, but at the same time, I know it's probably like a technique and a strength thing.
Right. So don't worry too much about getting this note down. Instead, focus on just getting all the other notes right. So if you're trying to get this one perfect, you're gonna kind of mess up the other ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So try to just get it to be just nice and even with the other ones, where it's just like, you know, flat, and it's a really nice, comfortable position to play the other notes, the other ones, right?
Yeah.
And if it isn't, you know, just try to reposition your hand. Okay, so I'll go ahead and give you a 7 on this one, because that was pretty good, and it's just needs a little bit of practice on that. So let's head into the 2 finger trills here, and that's gonna be right here. Hopefully this stuff works. Yes. Sometimes these things are mismatched. Now if we take a look at the lesson notes here, basically it's just gonna be, I'm not sure which fret this is. Let me just check. Okay, I think that's it. 10th and 9th. So I'll go ahead and just kind of jot that down over here. Yeah, and you're gonna kind of do that, but you kind of want to go like with the metronome, a little bit kind of in control and stuff. So let's just kind of go and play that track, and see if you can play along with it.
Sure. Let me give it a listen here.
Pretty easy. That's it. Alright. Now, you're going to want to switch to a different pair of fingers. We're going to use we look up here, we just did 1 and 2. 2 and 3 are gonna be the next two.
Okay.
And by the way, the hard fingers, the ones that don't have a 1, we want to do them twice as many times. Yes.
Okay.
Right, so just sort of repeat this one.
I feel like 2 and 3 are actually pretty easy for me, but I
Are
think
they?
2 and 4 and 3 and 4 might be a little difficult.
All right, we could focus on just 3 and 4 a little. You know, we don't have to do 2 and 3 twice, I guess. If you feel like it's already good.
Maybe it won't be that bad. I mean, I've learned some. I try to learn some songs on my own here.
Nice.
The trills maybe aren't so hard, but
Good, yeah.
I don't know.
You just try to focus on the ones that maybe you think are the hardest.
Yeah, let me try.
But we're gonna do them all though. Make sure to just kind of go through them all, and then sort of repeat the one that you think is gonna be the harder one.
Sure, sounds good. Let's see, 9 and 10.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you think you could count to like 30 in your head?
Sure. Yeah. I could just set a little timer on my phone here.
That'll work too, yeah.
30 seconds. All right. Which finger should I go for?
Let's go 2 and 4.
2 and 4. Gotcha.
This is now going to be 9 and 11, yeah?
9 and 11. Oh, sure. Gotcha. Okay, got it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, okay. After about 15 seconds, I got pretty tough for my pinky there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you know, when you were doing it on your own, it was only about 15, 20 seconds. So you kind of want to really go for a lot longer with these to just really get that burn in there. You really want to start counting once you feel the burn. So,
Yeah.
so okay, what's the last pair?
All right, the last.
You want to try 1 and 4? We could also do 3 and 4.
Sure.
Okay, let's do both of those, but only start the timer when it actually starts hurting.
All right.
Is that cool?
Start the timer when it starts to hurt.
That's right. Yeah, because you know we want to build some muscle. Now, of course, don't like rip anything. Just kind of slow it down as it gets hard. You can slow it down and
All right, so we said 1 and 3.
1 and 4, and this is gonna be frets 9 and 12 here.
9 and 12.
Yeah,
Okay, gotcha.
and I'm just kind of.
Yeah, I'm starting the timer.
And just take it easy and stuff, you know.
Okay, that's the timer.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so that's a good workout, man.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
All right, so we're pretty good with that. I'm just trying to literally find this last thing. So let's just do 3 and 4 real quick, and I'm almost done here finding this. The 2 finger trills. This is supposed to be 1 and 3 and 2. Ah, I found it. Okay, so let's just do that last one, which is 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, and then that is which frets is that on?
Bam. That's gonna be back to the 9 and 10.
9 and 10. Okay. All right. 3. All right. Starting the timer.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, okay, I can't get to the timer on that one.
Interesting. Okay.
All right, so 3 and 4 are definitely the weakest.
All right. So just kind of take a note of that and try to work on those a little bit. These are kind of nice things to do. They're just, we don't have to do them all the time, but like every so often to kind of come back to them. We can give you a 7 on that as well, maybe an 8. I think that's a little better than the bar chord stuff. Yeah. Okay, so we'll head into the next level here. And that's going to be open chords, Sweet Home Alabama. Ooh, we get to do some music theory stuff. This is going to be kind of cool. Okay, let's head over to this stuff. Where are we? I just need to add your tag here. This is yellow 11. We're almost done with this book, man. We're ready to head into the next level. Some easy stuff, right? The next level's still pretty. The next level's still really easy, man. It's the one after that. That's the yeah. I'm really.
I don't even want to say the yellow book.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing pretty well actually. You're progressing pretty quickly. I've had some students who've had to do this level a few times actually. Yeah, but of course, they were well, one of them was really young, and the other one, I guess, was really old. So, what am I supposed to do? But I mean, it's still fun to do this stuff. Like once you kind of do once, you kind of have to do it again anyway, because you kind of forgot all this stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely been helping me when I try to go off on my own a little bit when I'm practicing and trying to learn stuff that I want to learn.
Yeah.
The lessons definitely they translate and they help quite a bit.
Yeah, definitely, because it's really more of just like the strategy that you're using here, and then the techniques that you're building. Those are the two things that go together, so you can learn any song.
Yeah, especially some of the alternate picking stuff has really helped me out a whole lot.
Great, yeah. And keep in mind that over here, back in the intro series, my secret memory techniques and all those little strategies that we sort of keep using, they're sort of more in depth over here. So it's kind of some good stuff. That's really fundamental stuff that we need to. That I'm gonna repeat like a million times as we keep learning stuff. So I think you should be able to refresh the page at this point and probably see it there.
Cool. Sorry, which one am I looking for?
This should be level 11, and I guess we're taking a look at Sweet Home Alabama. Okay.
Ah, got it. Okay.
Well, honestly, yeah, okay. I guess we'll do that. Wait, no, I gotta switch this because if we do Sweet Home Alabama first, then we're gonna do, so we're gonna do the open chords first. And that makes a lot of sense because it's in order here too. So, the open chords thing is actually really kind of interesting. We'll take a look at that. Now, it's easy to play this stuff, but for now, you can just kind of take a look at what it is. This is the A minor chord. This here is the C. And actually,
Oh,
I'm gonna put them a little bit over here. Oh, okay, never mind. I'll just redo this. So if you want, you can kind of actually listen to the song, I guess.
all right, sure.
You
Which
just
one
kind
is
of,
it? Just the open chords?
yeah. So you can just kind of see how it's supposed to somewhat go.
Sure.
That's D minor. All right, we could probably pause that there.
All right.
It's kind of a repeating pattern, and so what you're gonna start with is the original chord here. All right, let's start with that. Then you're gonna lift up the index. Then you add the pinky, and then we go back to the original.
Gotcha.
We're gonna do the same thing with C. Lift up the finger. Add the pinky. And back to the original. Wait over to D minor.
Oh, D minor.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. That looks like is that the F right there? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How is that?
So here, instead of barring it, you're just gonna play it with the open. Nice, easy to play here. This is the B minor.
B minor.
This is a
How does
2
that
over
work?
here.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. I see.
Back to original here. Yep, that's perfect.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty easy stuff. Well, these things are not hard to play.
Yeah, the
But
B minor, it's not a chord I'm familiar with, so I wasn't sure if I was playing that one the right way. But okay, got it.
yeah, you got it. But let's go ahead and think a little bit here about some music theory now, because that's kind of I don't know why I wanted to kind of put this up here. So the first chord obviously is A minor, right? So tell me, do you know what the notes are of A minor?
Yeah, so the root note is the A, which gives the chord its name. And then, so that would be a D, E, D, D, and then, is it E, A, and F?
Um, well, there's a lot of notes in there. How did you come up with this?
Well, I mean, I know from just my own kind of self-taught stuff that the chord comes, the name of the chord comes from the root note, which would be the E, which
Okay.
chord is
And what number can we call the root? If we were given to give these letters numbers, this is 1. Okay. So, yeah, do you know about sort of the general chord formula structure?
yeah. Isn't it the 1, 3, and 5 are the major
That's
chords
correct.
in a key? I think right. 1, 3, and 5.
1, 3, and 5. All right. Now, of course, there's going to be like a difference between a major and a minor, right?
Yep.
So we can kind of put this 3 flat because it depends whether it's major or minor. That might be a flattened third.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. So if we know that A is 1, then all we need to do is just plug in the letters.
So that would be A, and then C,
That's right.
and then D. No, E. A, C, E.
That's correct.
Ace.
Nice. Now, if we were gonna call this chord, give this chord a name, it's gonna be up for the next one. Sorry. Okay, so now let's move over to this one here. So now, what has changed between these two chords?
So now the number 5 is out, right? So it's an open string again. So that would be so it's a B, not a C anymore.
Very good. So that means now, what are the letters?
A, B, E.
And by the way, you might actually have a better time downloading this on your computer. Let's. No, wait, I can't. I might have to make this somewhat like editable or something. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, so we have the a B, and an E, correct?
Yeah, correct. A, B, E is the second bar there.
So what's the name?
Good question. So
Make sure to take some notes on this because I can't write the answers on the paper. I have to ask, the next student. So if you want to actually write this on paper or something, that might help. That might help to keep track of what letters we're following here.
we actually get a new slide text document.
Yeah, sure, that's fine.
All right.
So we're looking at the letters A, B, and E, and before it was A, C, and E. So keep that in mind. That A, C, and E is important because all that stuff matters.
So if this is A, B, E, oh gosh, I don't know. This is probably where my self-taught knowledge runs out.
Well, let's go back to the A, C, E.
Okay.
What numbers are those?
Those are 1, 3, 5.
So, if we see A, B, E, what numbers are those?
Oh, is that 1, 2, 5?
That's right. So, if we were going to give this a name, have you ever seen a chord with the number 2 in it anywhere?
A chord with the number 2 in it?
Yeah.
Gosh, I don't know. I feel like that's a trick question. I probably have.
Okay. So basically, every sort of number has like its kind of chords that it's sort of allowed to do. Well, the 1, 3s, and 5s are already reserved for the general open chord. So what numbers are we missing? We're missing 2, 4, 6, and 7. And of course 9, 11. Where are these? Well, 2 and 4 are going to have a type of name.
Are those
Starts with the letter S.
suspended?
Yeah, these are suspended chords over here if they have a 2 and a 4. Now this could also be a 9 and 11, correct? I do believe. Let me think about that, because where is 9, 11? 9 is the 9 and 11. Yeah, it could be a 9 and 11, but this is not going to be suspended anymore.
It's an A sus2, isn't it?
Yes, that's correct. This is what this chord is in A sus2.
Gotcha. Now I recognize the chord.
Yeah. Once you go past,
Then you get the A major.
yeah. What's this next one here?
Oh no, sorry. I was just thinking because the A sus2 is one string off from a
Oh, yeah. Exactly. That's correct. So then you would have a three. This is not a three though. This is supposed to be a three flat. Cool. Okay. So let's head into the next chord over here, which is well, it's another A.
So that is now instead of the D, C, that's a D now. So
It's a
that's
D chord.
Yeah.
So then if we know that the other was A, B, E was 1, 2, 5, then A, D, E must be.
1, 4, 5.
That's right. And so what's the name of the chord?
Is it? Oh gosh, is it?
Make sure to write these names down, by the way.
Yeah, I am. I'm keeping notes here.
Okay. So the previous one was A sus2, right?
Yeah. So this is this is it still? Because it's 5, right? No, it's not 1, 3, 5. It's 1, 3, 4. So it's
We have to put it in order. Well, actually, sorry. Something happened with a 1, 3, 4 there. That wasn't quite right.
Oh, sorry. So the second bar, the A sus2, that was 1. Sorry, I got confused. I confused myself talking it out.
So what changed between this chord and this chord?
We added the. Is it the? We added the fourth and took away the second.
Right. Okay. So we
it's
still.
A sus4.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, because we still have the 5, right?
Yeah, correct.
Nice. Okay. So there we go. And then we go back to the original over here. So that's how you make your your suspended 2s and suspended 4s by, well, you got to take away the 3 and add in a 2 or a 4.
Gotcha.
So let's head over to the C chord. Well, this is just the regular old C, right? Well,
Yep, open C.
Let's think about the letters here of C. So we start with our, let's write this a little higher. We start here with our C, and then the next letters are going to be.
So that's a C, and then an E, and then.
Now you're peeking at your strings, but you really don't have to actually. You can calculate this.
Yeah.
Remember by 1, 3, 5?
Oh, C, E, G.
Easy.
C, E, G. Yep.
All right. Now, of course, this is an actual 3, right? It's not the 3 flat because that's the minor. That's the major.
Okay, so the 3 flat makes it a minor chord.
Right.
Gotcha.
All right. So, if we head into this next chord over here, well, again, we start with our C. What note are we changing here now?
So we're taking out the G and turning that into a open B. It's a B.
Yeah.
Right? So C, B, G. Or no, sorry. So that's C, B, G, C, C, E, B.
Um. Well,
Not quite.
basically, now we do have to take a look at the strings,
Okay.
because what is this note here? This first note.
That's the C.
That's the C note. So we still have a C note in there. Okay. But what about this note right here? The note that we changed here? What note was that? Because that note, that's not.
That was an
What note is that?
C. That was a C as well.
This is a C. So we noticed we had two C's in this.
Yeah.
And we're taking one of them out. Okay. So now we still have the C. And then we also still have the E and the G. Those things haven't changed.
Yeah.
But then we also now have a new note.
And that would be the B.
That's the B. So what order do we put this in?
Oh, does it go? I guess it would go in the order of the alphabet, right? So it would be
Okay.
C is first, and then would it be C B?
Well, B doesn't come after C.
Oh shit, you're right. So C and then E.
Uh-huh.
Oh, shoot, my computer wanted to sleep there. C and then E, and then. Sorry, I really don't know. I'm drawing a blank on this one.
Do you still remember what the notes, the letters were for this C chord over here? Do you have them written down?
Yeah, that's C E G.
Okay, good. So we didn't change those, right?
No.
Okay.
So there's C E B.
There we go.
Okay.
So now what numbers are we taking a look at here?
So now we're looking at 1, 3, 5, and 2.
1, 3, 5, and well, a B isn't a 2 though, because that would imply
1, 3, 5, and then
Or
1, 3, 5, 7.
There we go. Yes, 1, 3, 5, 7.
1, 3, 5, 7.
And of course, that means that this chord must be
A C7.
All right. Well,
So
there are three.
seven?
Yeah. There are three kinds of sevens.
Ah, that's right. Because
So there's a minor 7.
yep.
Let me see if I can write this a little bit better somewhere else. Yeah. Right up here, I suppose. Here. So we have the minor 7. We have the major 7. And then we also just have, a dominant 7, which would just be a regular old 7.
Yeah.
How do we know which one is which, and how do we how do we imply all this stuff?
That is a good question. Yeah, I really don't have any idea. I don't know. I
Okay.
know that a lot of the sevens are the bluesy chords, right? So like a C, which one? This is a C7, right? I think.
Yeah. Have you ever you know about the minor scale, right?
A little bit maybe, yeah.
Okay. So you know how many notes are in a scale?
Yeah, it's is it 8?
Well, there eight's gonna be the octave, so that would be 7 plus, 7. So because your eight's off. So yeah. So your seventh. Basically, what we're referring to here is we're using the very last note of one of these two scales and throwing that into whatever chord we're playing. So we're playing the C major chord, right?
Right.
All right. Well, the question is, which seventh are we using? Are we using the seventh from the major scale or the minor scale? So then you kind of have to know a little bit about scales to answer that question. But, well, the minor scale, well, let's talk about the major scale. The major scale has the seventh only one note away. That's a half step away from the root. That's, you go from C and you go backwards one step to B and you get to your major seventh, right?
Right.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So if you've got a chord and you use your major seventh in it, then now you have a major seventh chord.
Yeah. So is this a C major 7 then?
This is a C major 7.
Yep.
But what if it was a B flat? What if that was 2 half steps away? Well, in that case, you would have this major chord with a minor 7th. And so then you would just have a regular 7th chord. We call it a dominant 7 or just a C7 chord. But that B flat has to be there. It has to be a minor 7th. Okay? And it's actually much cooler to have a minor 7th than it is to have a major 7th, in my opinion.
Okay.
But, whatever. So we'll come to that stuff a little later, I guess. But anyway, over here, let's check out the next thing here. It's kind of how the 7th works. You kind of have to know a little bit about the scale to know which 7th it is and all that stuff. It's a little bit confusing.
I do know the C major scale.
Nice, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let's take a look at this next thing here. Again, sort of we asking yourself, what are the numbers? What are the notes here?
So we've got the C.
Remember what stayed the same from before and what's changed?
Yeah, so it stayed the 1, 3, and 5 stayed the same. So it's still C, E, and G.
Correct.
And then instead it's now, is it the 9th?
Yes, it's the 9th. That's the D note.
D, yeah.
Okay, so then we have this cool little chord. What's the name? This is the C. And hopefully I still remember this. Because when we have our 9th, it's I think it's going to be just a C add 9 chord. I'll have to look this up real quick here. C add 9. C add 9.
C add 9.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
Oh yeah. I actually love this chord. It's one of my favorites.
Easy stuff right there, right? I mean, it's kind of simple. Like, it's very straightforward how we're calling it a C add 9. C major.
You can play this one with the pinky, right? Because that's still a G down.
Yeah, pinky works. I think that's the way that I was kind of implying to play that as well. All right.
Yeah, I've played that one with the. That's kind of cool. I mean, I know what the chord name was, but now I kind of understand how it got to that point.
Yeah, I mean, you could just see, like, we're just counting the letters, and then whatever the number is that we're sort of adding into that chord, that's kind of what the chord is called. So, A sus2 or A sus4 or a C 7th or C 9th.
Considered that it could potentially be that.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take a look at the next chord here. This stuff is kind of cool. We'll finish it up here real quick. So we have this D, and we have 2 more notes here. And of course, we again have the 1. And then which 3 do we have here?
So if it's a minor, it'd be a free flat.
Okay.
So that would be D, F, and A.
That's correct. Then we head over
Is that an
here.
actual F, or is it an F? Or is it the...
Well, it's a good question.
The F flat in that instance? Because isn't that a...
Well, it's not an F flat. You can double check by playing the chord and seeing which note does your finger lie on, and you'll see it's the F note itself. So, besides that, you would just have to know from memory that the D minor has a D F A. So then, when you actually go to D major, which is this one here, well, now what do we have? A D.
That would be a D and a...
Well, let's think of the numbers first.
Yeah.
Well, it's 1 3 5 now, right? Instead of 1 3 flat 5. So if this was a D F A, then what is regular 3? If the 3 flat is an F, what's a 3?
G?
Close. Okay. Well, you're going up, but you're not at a G yet. That's correct. And it can't be a G because if we go to a G, then what happens is the 3 doesn't, it becomes a 4. So
Oh,
it has to be,
gotcha.
it has to be an F there.
So if it's a sharp, it can still be a major chord, but if it's
Yeah.
flat, then it's got to be a minor chord.
Well, no, because the flats in terms of numbers don't refer, like they refer to two different things. When we flatten a number, we're literally just taking, we're just, it's kind of the formula versus the, oh crap. It's like the formula versus the variable, what the variable is. So like the formula itself states like you have to flat the third, but the actual answer doesn't have to be a flat. It could be a sharp. The 3 flat could actually be a sharp. So if you were playing a D sharp minor, then a D sharp major would be a D sharp, F double sharp, and an A sharp. Alright, and to follow that. So then if we're flattening that third, we would all of a sudden have this minor chord that was a D sharp, F sharp, A sharp, and it's even though we have a flattened third, still a sharp third though.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, didn't mean to send you off the rails there.
Well, I mean, it's always just nuts, dude. So let's go on to the next thing here. These two chords that we're playing with here. What are the numbers that are changing? These ones.
All right, so this one is. Let's see. Oh, sorry, we're back to the D minor.
Yeah. Here, we'll probably just wrap it up after this half here, and then we'll save the next half for next time.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, and you can kind of this week try to just like play this a few times. It's pretty easy, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
So the D minor is the D, F, and A.
That was the D, F, A. So if we're going over here now, one of these notes.
It's D, F, E now, right? Or,
Um,
sorry, D, F,
that's close.
and A. So it's the.
There is an E in there somewhere.
It's, yeah, D.
Well, again, sort of keep in mind what's been changed and what's the same. So, do you have the notes written?
5.
The 5 is the same. Or, what was that?
The 5 is changed, right?
Alright, well, we gotta figure out what note this is. What note is
that's
this?
just an E.
What note was this one here?
Oh, that's an F. and
This
so
is the
it
F.
switched to an- Yeah.
So it switched to an E. So then that means that which numbers was changed?
Oh,
Make sure to write these down
the
too,
3.
because yeah, the 3.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm not writing them down here. So
No, I got them. I got notes. Going.
okay, good. So yeah, so the 3 changed, and the 5 stayed the same. So
Yeah,
now it's a
so
D.
It's a D, E, F.
Is the 5 an F?
Oh no, sorry, it's the D, E, G.
What's a 5? Remember from over here, what were the 3 letters?
Oh, D, E, A.
Yeah. Okay. So what chord is that? What's the name?
So that would be. Oh gosh, and the 5 changed to, or no, the 3 changed. Is that a D sus 4?
That's close.
Right?
It's very, very close, but look what number this is here because
Sorry, is D sus 2.
yeah, because we're going from the F to the E, so we're doing a 2 right there. Well, in this case right here, if you look over here, we're changing the same one, so it's this time instead of going backwards to a 2, we're actually going.
So this is the D sus 4.
That's the D sus 4 because now we're going up here, so this is the D 4. All right. Okay. So we kind of took a look at the sevenths and the ninths and the twos and fours, and there's a couple other weird ones that we're gonna see down here, I suppose, as well as seeing the difference between the major and the minor. I think it's kind of an interesting little thing that we can kind of peek under the hood and see how things work a little bit without getting too confused, because you can kind of see how the things change and how it's really really easy to play these two.
Yeah, definitely. This is cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Awesome. Okay, cool. All right, let's go ahead and wrap this up. I suppose I got